You see this beautifully layered medium length haircut. Well, if you're trying to do haircuts at home, ladies, there's a few things that you need to know and do, and that's what I'm going to go over in this video. So first things first is, what is your hair type? The most important thing. If you have straight hair, if you have curly hair, if you have wavy hair, whatever your hair type is, understand that when the hair fully dries, there's a chance that it might shrink up in length, because when the hair is wet, it always has more elasticity. So it'll pull longer. Watch this. When I hold this, it springs right back up. You see that? Watch. It springs up. So the hair wants to jump up when it's dry. When it's wet, you're able to really stretch that hair. So be careful when you're cutting your hair wet that you don't take too much off thinking, oh, this is where the tip of the nose, let me cut that there. And then when you dry it, it shrinks up about an inch or so. Just be very mindful of that. Curly hair, wavy hair, it's even more. That inch that you might take off, it could spring up to where it's like, that's 3 inches. So just keep that in mind. And if you continue to try to cut your hair at home, you're probably going to end up learning that from either experience and you want to like go crazy because that happened. So, or if you're doing it for the first time, I'm warning you and helping you so that doesn't happen. The next thing is, when it comes to hair type, understand that your hair type will pretty much dictate the type of haircut that you can have, right? If you have really, really wavy ringlet curls and you want your hair to look like this all day, well, guess what? You have to blow dry it almost, as often as you wash your hair. So if you wash your hair today, you blow dry this, use a smoothing iron, you put all that work in, and it might last for like 3 days or so, then you wash your hair, guess what? It's going back to your natural curl. A lot of times when people get haircuts, and if you're trying to do this yourself at home, that's why I always say, go to a hair professional. I do understand why you've stopped going to a hair professional, because out of the hundreds, if not thousands of comments I've seen over the years, a lot of you are saying, Steven, I watch your videos. I cut hair better on my own head than going to the 86 professionals I've been to who can't even cut hair like this. So I get it. So if you have a certain hair texture, especially if it's curly or wavy, just keep in mind that when you dry your hair straight, it might look very, very different because of the way the curl is, the way the hair moves, the way it springs up, whatever is going on. It's like two different completely heads. So when you blow dry it straight, you might see weird choppiness or weird layers or things because you're not an actual real hair professional, or the angles might be tough to reach. So just be careful if you are cutting your hair based off of your natural texture. Now, if your hair is straight, what do you have to worry about? Well, you have to worry about having steps in your hair. A lot of times you might have gone to a hair professional and you go back home and you go, oh my God, why are there steps? Or see how nice this blends in? You may not be getting that. And the hairdresser simply did not know how to layer hair properly. So you're getting harsh lines, layered steps in the hair, and that is why you need to understand how to actually cut hair, and that's what I teach. My method is the top corners sides method. I actually have a digital course that I created, courses.thesalonguy.com. I have a whole bunch of digital downloads on my website, shop.thesalonguy.com. The links are down below, of teaching haircut shapes. And there's all sorts of digital tools that I have available if you want to really, really perfect hair cutting, whether you're doing this at home, if you are a hair professional, you're cutting hair for someone else at home, not just on yourself. You need to understand the art of hair cutting. So a lot of these steps and botch jobs, or what I call crime scenes, happen simply because the hair professional does not know how to layer hair properly. That's your biggest complaint, isn't it? Because of once again, the comments. I see so many comments saying, Steven, I watch your layered haircut videos, and I've been to 4 hairstylists, and no one seems to know how to do it, and this and that. I'm sorry, I feel your pain. I can't control that. It simply comes down to a matter of skill. Okay, if you see how nice that just feathers back right into here, you're probably going, oh my God, I want my hair to look like that. Well, I guess I have the skill set to do this, and I'm very fortunate, but it's taken me years and years and years of practice and years of just perfecting this, right? And so when it comes to the next part of this is the layering itself, right? Holding your arms up in a position that is not it's very difficult to go from back here to comb there. So what I suggest doing is, this is my anti-static vent brush. Why is this important? Especially what I'm about to share with you. If you do this when your hair is dry, a lot of times if you use a hair cutting comb, you might get some flyaways and some static. Whereas with this, what I'm doing is I'm actually able to comb and brush through the hair, and this is an anti-static vent brush with a rubber handle. It's literally my favorite hairbrush of all time as a licensed hairstylist for 30 years. This is my favorite brush, my go-to. There's no static, so the hair is not flying all over the place. What you can do is you can actually use this almost as a comb to brush up the hair. Take your time, put the brush down, and then you can see a clear section like this when the hair is dry. This is your best bet to do this when you're trying to figure out like what your hair is really doing, what you want to do to your hair, how short do you want to go, because with this brush, you're gaining a good amount of ground. You could also see the hair, you can comb or brush right through it, and you're able, just take your time, you're able to see like, oh, wow, look at that. I could just cut it straight across. Or you want to trim your ends, you bring it all the way up here, and you skim the ends, right? It's really important that you understand and visually see what's going on. When it comes to brushing your hair and getting those angles, this sometimes, depending on how thick your hair is, this also helps you get through thicker hair. From the back, you're gonna have to brush up. You're gonna have to try to condense a lot of this hair. So for example, let's say that you want your layers to be this long, right? You brush the hair up, you take your scissors and you cut it straight across. Now, how do you cut the back? Well, the best thing you can do, and this is the back of the head now, is you can try to you can brush across or comb across a horizontal section, hold on to where, and you can see this is really, really thick hair, so I'm able to brush right through this. A comb would probably snap because of the hair so thick. You can comb this up, make sure you have a piece of what was cut here, and then guess what? There's a perfectly straight line. Now you can see the back and connect it with this part. This is like your road map right here, that first section, that length of layers that you want your hair to be. This all has to connect all to that one piece. If I held it up here, guess what? I'm cutting it to there. If I hold it up here, guess what? I'm cutting it to there. So you pick your piece, that ends up being the length, and when you're in the back, what you need to do is basically try to brush all that hair to one point right there. That center, this is your home base. Think of this as your home base. Once you have this established, this first section, everything has to connect and blend to that. Can you go slightly shorter in the front? Yes, you can. However, my top corner sides method makes it so easy to learn how to cut hair out from the head. So I'm combing this. Technically, some parts are up because this grows up and out, but as I get closer to the front here, the hair's not growing straight back like this. It's actually growing out from the head, which is more this way. And the corners, this is where the steps come in. If you're seeing steps in the hair, this is the biggest reason why. It's simply because they're not cutting it properly. So when I go like this, when I cut it square, what's gonna happen is, look, you can see there's that, this is all really long into here. But when I hold it rounded this way out from the head, you can see that it flows naturally. So what I did is I got rid of that line or that step by just simply cutting the hair out from the head, top, corners, sides. So you cut the top, then you go to the corners, then you go to the sides. What are the sides? The sides are the true sides, right in through here. So I'm gonna comb this out like this, and then what happens? All that hair that you're seeing right there, the length will just drop itself out. Everything on top of that length is what needs to be cut. Why is that important? Why don't you cut that bottom length? Because you'll create a hole. You don't want to do that. The base, the bottom length is your foundation. That's what you want to preserve and protect. Now, when you're doing the base length, you can skim the hair, right? You can skim the hair, you can kind of bring it all forward and try to comb it and hold it like this and skim the ends a little bit. And, you know, cutting the base length is rough sometimes. So you got to make sure that, you know, you have those angles in, maybe, you know, you can use one hand, both hands, you can go this way, use that, and then go this way with this hand, and you know, whatever you have to do to try to comb this to get the hair to be straight so you can hold it and cut it across. So there's that. And then lastly, when it comes to cutting your hair at home and finding the right, shape, the right layers, all that stuff, you will see some people doing point cutting. What I suggest, and what is point cutting? Well, point cutting, you may be watching videos on YouTube and seeing a lot of professionals or people at home taking the hair up like this and then point cutting. So you're pointing and cutting in. What I suggest is make sure that, in my opinion, what do I know, right? In my opinion, cut everything very square and blunt. Not necessarily square, but just blunt, okay? Meaning you're not combing up a section like this and then you're point cutting, because what happens is you're actually skipping over hair that needs to be cut. What I do, I never point cut when I do haircuts. I always cut it very, very blunt because I want to build that thickness. I want to create that volume. When I cut hair, I'm trying to create volume and make sure that the hair looks healthy and full. Then, once I do the entire head, I will then go back in when it's fully dry, then do the point cutting or the texturizing or the slide cutting or whatever technique or trick that I'm doing. I'll do that once I have established the base foundation. And that's simply because, to me, I have built that foundation. Nothing's going to happen. It's not going to disrupt the length. It's not going to change the shape. You don't want to over texturize or over thin the hair, but that's what I do. And I know a lot of you see that stuff on YouTube where you just, all you're doing is point cutting. No, for me personally, establish your base, then go in and point cut. And hopefully this will help you understand that there's some must-know things when it comes to doing your hair at home. Lastly, again, it's taken me, I've been doing hair for a little over 30 years now. I've trained internationally. I've worked for major beauty brands. I've invested lots and lots of money into my education as a hair professional. Don't expect to do this at home to come out by doing a $300 layered haircut. If you do, then that's phenomenal. But just understand, and in defense of hairstylists, the good ones who are doing good jobs, that's what we get paid to do, and that's why you come to us. If you are getting crime scenes, botched jobs on your head, you've tried, maybe you have to resort to this, or you're trying to save money, just take your time, be patient. I have all sorts of resources to help you, and just realize you don't have to do this in a half an hour time. You're not running off of a time schedule like a hairdresser or a barber or something. So work at your pace, perfect it, see what happens, because every time you cut a piece of hair, something's going to happen. So get used to what happens when seeing hair being cut. You may end up doing phenomenal haircuts like this at home. Let me know if you found this video helpful. And lastly, I do offer a virtual one-on-one consultation through Zoom. I have people from all over the world that do this. If you are having problems with your hair and you do want to go to a hair professional, but your hair's not looking right, I offer consultations where I can dissect your hair live on a Zoom call. You could be wherever you want. And then I also create customized images of haircuts that will look best on you off of my experience. It's a VIP premium experience that you get one-on-one with me, and everybody seems to love it. And I do this with people all over the world. You can click on view products and you can purchase it on my store, as well as all the other digital downloads, which will be linked below as well. Let me know if you found this video helpful and these tips. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.